Today, we are tackling a big one. Tony Robbins' huge 600-page guide, Money, Master the Game. We're going to distill it all down into a simple, actionable blueprint you can use to build your own financial freedom.
Okay, let's dive right in. And you got to start with this quote from Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's biggest hedge fund. I mean, that's a massive endorsement. He's just one of over 50 financial titans. We're talking people like Carl Icahn and Paul Tudor Jones, who opened up their playbooks for this book.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The book lays out this simple 7-step system to master a game that the pros spend their entire lives trying to figure out. So is it really that straightforward? Well, we're about to find out.
We've taken Robbins' 7 steps and boiled them down into these 5 key sections for you. We'll kick things off with the right mindset. Then we'll get into your first crucial step, the insider rules you have to know, the single most important decision you'll ever make, and finally, we'll peek inside the billionaire's playbook.
All right, Section 1. Welcome to the jungle. Before you do anything, you have to understand the world you're stepping into. And as the book makes really clear, the financial world is a jungle. You need to know the rules of survival.
So, the first key to survival is a total mindset shift. It really comes down to this. You either master money or money is going to master you. Are you just a consumer in the economy or are you an owner? That one distinction changes everything. You stop being a piece on the board and you become the one playing the game.
And this number right here, this is exactly why that mindset shift is so important. For the vast majority of people, money is just a constant source of stress and worry. The system feels so complicated, and let's be honest, it often feels like it's rigged against you.
And that brings us to the core promise of the book. This isn't just Tony Robbins' opinion. Think of him more like a translator. He went out and got these absolute geniuses of the financial world to spill their secrets, and then he distilled all that wisdom into a roadmap that anybody can actually follow.
Okay, now let's get into the action. This is the first and maybe the most important thing you can do. It's a principle that's as old as ancient Babylon, and it's step 1 in building your own money machine.
This one simple idea is the bedrock of building wealth. Before you pay bills, before you pay your rent, before you pay anyone, you take a piece of what you earn and you pay your future self. And the key is to automate it so a percentage of every paycheck goes straight into your investment account before you can even touch it.
Now here's where the real magic happens. The engine that powers this whole thing is compounding. It's what turns that little bit you save into a self-sustaining force of nature that just grows and grows and grows, working for you 24/7, even when you're sleeping.
And just look at this. This chart shows you exactly what that magic looks like. See how it starts slow, but then, boom, it goes vertical. That's what happens when you give those small automated investments time. It explodes into truly life-changing wealth. The hardest part is just getting started.
Okay, so your money machine is up and running. Now you've got to protect it. And the way you do that is by becoming an insider, by learning the hidden rules of a game that frankly is often set up to take money out of your pocket.
Now the book tears apart 9 big financial myths, but man, these 3 are absolute killers. Myth 1, that active managers can beat the market. The stats show 96% of them can't. Myth 2, that a small 1% fee is no big deal. Wrong. It can eat up a third of your entire retirement. And myth 3, that your broker is your friend. You have to know the difference between a broker and a fiduciary. A fiduciary is legally bound to act in your best interest. A broker isn't.
So the message here is loud and clear. When it comes to your money, ignorance is not bliss, it's incredibly expensive. Knowing these rules is how you go from being the chess piece to becoming the chess player.
So, once you know the rules and you're protecting your money, it's time for what the book calls the single most important investment decision of your entire life. And here's a spoiler, it has nothing to do with picking the next hot stock.
Now hold on. Look at that number. How can something explain more than 100% of your returns? Well, as the legendary David Swensen explained, it's because all the bad decisions we make, like trying to time the market or betting on individual stocks, they don't just give you 0 returns, they actually subtract from your wealth. They actively cost you money.
So here's the answer the pros use. This is a simplified version of Ray Dalio's All Seasons portfolio. The whole point isn't to be a psychic and predict the future. It's to be prepared for any future. It's designed with a mix of things like stocks, bonds, and gold, so that no matter what the economy is doing, growing, shrinking, inflation, deflation, you're protected. And that right there is the core principle. The investor's mantra is diversify or die.
You can't know what's coming, but you can be ready for it. And spreading out your risk by owning different kinds of assets, well, that's literally the only free lunch you're ever going to get in the world of investing.
All right, for our last section, let's go inside the minds of the masters themselves. What are the core beliefs that drive the absolute best financial minds on the entire planet?
So after talking to all these legends, Robbins found something incredible. No matter how different their strategies were, they all shared the same 4 core obsessions. And that first one? That's everything.
That first obsession, don't lose money, is paramount. Just listen to what the legendary trader Paul Tudor Jones says about it. Defense is 10 times more important than offense. Why? It's just simple math. If you lose 50% of your money, you need to make a 100% return just to get back to where you started. Protecting what you have is rule number 1. So let's bring it all home. Let's boil it down to your 3-step blueprint. Number 1, decide you're an owner, not a consumer. Pay yourself first and automate the heck out of it. Number 2, become an insider. Learn the rules of the game so you can protect yourself from things like high fees. And number 3, diversify. Build a tough, resilient portfolio using asset allocation so you can weather any storm.
Because at the end of the day, as the book reminds us over and over, mastering money isn't really about having a giant pile of cash. Money is just a tool. It's about what that tool gives you: options, security, and ultimately the freedom to live life on your own terms. The real goal isn't just to win the game, it's to build a life where you get to decide what game you truly want to play.